from Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Hey, Tom, our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. And in this hour, first of all, in this hour, you're going to hear a little later on how we all did with our NFL picks this weekend. And some surprises around here. I'll tell you about that a little later. But in the meantime, in this hour of the program, as you know, last hour we talked on the show about people who got left at the altar. Either you were the dumper or the dumpee, just the way Ben Affleck dumped, apparently, Jennifer Lopez. In this hour, though, this is something completely different, and I know we'll talk to men and women this hour. But before you can become a dumper or a dumpee, I'll put it this way: before you can become a dumpee, you really have no time to think about it. It just kind of happens to you. Before you can become a dumper, it starts with a seed. It starts with a germ of doubt. There's something wrong, and you can't get it fixed. Maybe it'll never get fixed. Dean says I'm one of the best at detecting blood in the water. You know, I always know when there's blood in the water. I always know. Let me give you some examples, because I not only have detected blood in the water, but like Jaws, I kind of, come up out of the water and take a big bite from time to time. Take my opportunities where they come. Blood in the water. Germ of doubt. Here are some of the possibilities, and I've seen them firsthand. First of all, somebody tells you that they're bored. Have you ever had a woman say that to you? You know, I'm bored. Can I come hang out with you guys because I'm bored? That's trouble. The guy who's with that chick doesn't know it yet, but that's trouble. The minute anybody says that, it's trouble. Trouble for the guy involved, believe me, it's trouble. Trust me on this. Here's another one. Yeah, Dean, you're absolutely right, okay? You have just joined up with Classmates.com. Just because you want to catch up with the other members of the math and science clubs that you belong to. Classmates.com is a sign of trouble, okay? Anytime you're looking to link up with people from high school or anywhere else in your past, trouble. That's a problem, okay? Another one, other hints of trouble. You're with somebody who doesn't like doing the same things in bed that you do. Or they don't like it to the same extent that you do. And you know what I'm talking about here, right? We have been with people before who don't like sex at the same times of day or under the same circumstances. Don't like doing the same things in bed. We like it 3 times a day. They like it 3 times a month. They're otherwise great people. And that's how you rationalize staying with them. You know what I'm saying?
They make a great father. He just doesn't like sex as much as I do, but he's so nice to me, I just can't give him up because, even though he doesn't like sex and he doesn't like giving me oral sex, but he's such a great guy.
That's a seed of doubt. That is you backpedaling and trying to explain something that you yourself are not sure about. Okay? That's an example of a seed of doubt. How about the ones where his mother, his father, her mother, her father, siblings, whatever, they don't like you? Okay? They just don't like you. And you are trying to rationalize it.
Well, they can't tell us what to do. We love each other, and that's that. And it doesn't matter what they say. We love each other, and I don't care if the whole world hates us together. I'm happy in that.
That's seed of doubt. Again, you're working too hard to explain something because you yourself are not sure. Because you have doubts. I mean, this list goes on. There's a million reasons to have doubts. Ever been with somebody who doesn't like doing any of the same things you do? Ever? At all? No matter what it is. They don't like the same food, the same music. They don't like the same sports. They don't like traveling to the same vacation spots. It's like Green Acres. You like living in the country. She likes living in the city. You know what I'm talking about. You have nothing in common. Ever been with somebody like that? They're otherwise great. They're hot. They look great. They're great in bed. They just don't like any of the things you like at all. Not only that, they like things you hate. For example, I cannot be with a woman who likes country music under any circumstances. If I were with a woman who liked country music, I'm out because she'd eventually turn it on. I'd have to sit in the car and listen to it. I'd have to be home, and I'd have to Dixie Chicks playing in the other room. I couldn't handle it. I'd have to be out the door. Out. But many times we try to learn to live with this stuff, right? Girls, ever been with a guy who likes, I don't know, classical music, and you think classical music is really boring? But he's got season tickets to the Philharmonic. All 48 appearances this year. And he also likes going to events where the fundraisers for the Philharmonic and all the other stuff that goes with it. And you absolutely, positively hate it. But he's such a great guy otherwise. You're willing to tolerate it? That's a seed of doubt, you see. You've thought about this. Ever been with someone who wants to have 7 kids and you just want to have 1? But you'll find a compromise in there somewhere. You just don't know where, and you just haven't talked about it yet. But you'll get to it in time. You'll figure it out. Seed of doubt. Anytime you're afraid to ask a question, chances are you're not going to like the answer. Because you already have a seed of doubt. You already know there's a problem. Seriously. And there's all kinds of other reasons. Right? You like to spend money. The other person likes to save money. You like going to the Jersey Shore for vacation. She wants to go to the south of France. I mean, you figure you'll find compromises, but you really know that there are no compromises. You're going to go one way or the other, and somebody's going to feel bent out of shape. But you're going to press ahead anyway and get married, even though you have doubts. So you understand the range of possibilities here is really pretty much endless. So here's who I want to talk to this hour. If this is you, I want to talk to you. You are getting married. You got a date. You know it's coming. Could be as soon as tomorrow or next week. Or maybe it's 6 months from now. And the other person is rolling merrily along, ordering wedding cakes and bridesmaids' outfits and wedding dresses and hiring bands and catering halls and churches and all of this stuff. And they have no idea that in your mind you have doubts. If that's you, call me now.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Oh, when I get together, things happen.
The Tom Leykis Show. The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, you're getting married, but you have doubts. Do tell. Laura on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Laura.
How are you?
Do you care?
Oh, you better believe I do.
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay, so I'm getting married in December, and I am absolutely in love, okay? So when you brought up this topic, I'm thinking, and I'm listening, we're keeping an open mind, but some of the things you said, I was like, oh, no. Some of those things apply. We do have different views on a lot of things. But then again, I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, though. Nobody's going to be exactly the same, and if they were, I probably wouldn't like them anyway. So where's the middle ground here?
Well, the problem comes when you're with somebody who doesn't like the same things you do and has no patience for being around them.
Okay. So as long as they're...
Do you know how for example, I happen to love jazz.
Okay.
You're never going to make me give that up.
All right.
Now, I have been with women who say, that's boring, that's background music, but I've been with women who actually expect me to give it up.
Oh, well, see, no.
I'll never give it up.
No way.
I also will never give up my hockey tickets.
Okay.
I go 41 games a year, plus, if I'm lucky, I go to the playoffs. I'm never giving that up under any circumstances.
Well,
Never.
Anybody that would ask you to, I think the problem is right there. I mean, anyone that has so little tolerance for, something to do with someone else probably doesn't have any business getting married. However, if there are differences and you can compromise and learn, because you said learn to live with it, and I thought, well, wait a minute, I am learning to live with a certain amount of things. It's not so much that you can't. It is impossible to learn to live with these things, right? It's just a matter of being willing and able to do that.
Oh, it depends. Some things you can't get over. What are some of your doubts?
Well, okay, you said something about, someone likes to spend money and someone likes to save money.
Right.
I'm the saver. He's the spender.
Uh-huh. Do you have a prenup?
No.
Why not?
Because we don't have anything.
Dear, are you going to be a loser your entire life?
Well, no, and I don't think
that's my point.
Now, but...
If you have nothing, dear.
Yeah?
Loser.
Well, okay, nothing is relative to you, Tom.
No, I'm just saying, the point is, if you have nothing to protect, that doesn't mean you'll never have anything.
Right.
You buy lotto tickets?
But here's the beauty.
Do you buy lotto tickets?
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I see where you're going with
What if you won the lottery?
Well,
What if you accidentally stumbled upon the cure for AIDS?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you don't know what might happen.
That's true.
Well, are you protected?
No.
Oh,
but
why not?
I think I'm broadening my horizons as far as winning the lottery, because then he'll have to give me his too.
Well, yeah, that's if he hasn't spent it.
Yeah. Well, okay, but we have been, having the joint checking account, the whole 9 yards for the last, 2 years or so.
Why?
And the good news...
Why do you have a joint checking account?
Because we lived together, and it just turned out to be easier. I resisted it for a while, because of his spending habits, in fact. but then I finally, gave in and decided...
By the way, what is his credit rating?
Great. Excellent.
How can it be if he spends so much money?
Well, he doesn't spend more than he makes.
He doesn't. So he doesn't have credit card debt?
No.
How about a mortgage? How about a car loan?
A car loan, yeah.
Do you know what all his the assets and liabilities are?
Every single thing.
Uh-huh. And is he in the positive or the negative category?
He's in the positive. I'm more in the negative, actually, because I'm still paying off school, believe it or not.
All right.
But
you haven't run up a $10,000 Visa bill or anything like that?
Oh, no.
All right.
No, and he's always been good about, paying it off. I mean, his credit is absolutely excellent.
Mm-hmm.
But, once we started this joint checking thing, like I said, I got nervous about it because I was thinking, okay, well, but we're going to have to do this eventually, maybe, but let's try it.
And who makes the final decision on financial matters?
I do.
You do? Well, how could he spend all that money if you're making the final decisions?
Well, now he doesn't. But if he were ever in a position to make those decisions, which, that's the thing where I'm talking about that's raising a concern. One day, is he not going to be happy letting me make all the financial decisions?
Uh-huh. Maybe you need to put that in writing. What else?
Just the little things that are okay now, like helping around the house.
He doesn't do that?
He doesn't do it.
Oh, dear, that's not going to get any better. You know what? This is the best behavior he's ever going to be on. You don't think he's actually going to change and improve as time goes on, do you?
No, I don't.
So you better be prepared to do as much housework or more as you're doing now.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for that?
Well, see, that's what the thing is. Mentally, I think I have been doing it. I don't always like it, but I do it.
But, dear, this is, you're 28. That's the next, 50 years of your life or more.
Yeah.
Are you ready for 50 years of cleaning up after him?
That's the thing. It's hard to say. Right now I'm saying yes. I'm on my way to the florist.
You better think hard.
I'm on my way to the florist. I guess I'm going to clean the house, but at the same time.
It isn't going to get any better. How about your sex life? How's that?
Again, a little unbalanced.
What's the problem?
Oh, I hate to admit it, but I'm just not as willing and able as he is.
Well, what do you think's going to happen with that eventually?
See, I don't know.
You know that your sex life is as good as it's ever going to get right now?
Is that true?
Yes.
Because I've heard it gets a little better. No?
Who told you that?
Just different friends.
All the people who get divorced? What? Who told you that?
Yeah, well, you know what I keep waiting for? Everyone tells me, oh, wait till you get in your 30s. Boy, your libido will hit the roof then. Oh, God.
Yeah. And how often do you like sex? Tell us the truth. Once a week?
Yeah.
There we go, dear. You know, the average American has it about 3 times a week.
That's what I hear, but is that true?
Yes, it is.
I don't know anybody that has sex that often.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who's stayed married for any period of time?
Gosh. See, those are the things that really worry me, but I can't live without him. I mean,
Well, then you better be prepared to spread your legs more often.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
And so in addition to doing his housework, you're going to have to service him as well.
Jesus Christ.
And if you don't, he's going to get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Take it from me.
I'll trust you, Tom.
If you don't give it to him, he's getting it somewhere else.
Oh.
He'll say he won't, but then he will.
God.
Let me give you an example. If you promise to cook me dinner every night for the rest of my life,
right,
and then we get married, and I come home, and 5 nights out of 7 you don't feel like making dinner, do you think I'm going to go without food?
No, I guess you wouldn't.
I'm going to eat somewhere else.
But if I've set the standards of once per week, I can manage that.
If what?
If I've already set the standard of the frequency.
He's hoping it's going to get better, too.
He is?
Of course he is.
Oh, for God's sake.
As he's haranguing you and begging you and harassing you for more, and you keep giving him excuses like you're tired, or you have a headache, you don't feel well, or you're on the rag 28 days a month, whatever excuse you use. He's hoping it's going to get better because he loves you, too.
Right.
He wants it to get better, but it's not getting any better. See, he also doesn't know this is the best it's going to get.
Oh. Gosh, it's just the hardest thing in the world to do that when it's not, you're not feeling like it.
Well,
I can't get around that.
Then you need to be with somebody who cannot maintain an erection. That'd probably be a perfect relationship for you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
6:30
on 100 points. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's your telephone number. You have a date to get married, but you have doubts. What are your doubts? Dwayne on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Dwayne.
How you doing, bro? I owe everything to you.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll see after this conversation what you owe to me. Go ahead.
I was set to be married Halloween 2004. And suddenly she has issues with me hanging out with the bros.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Your friends are losers, and they're not going anywhere, and you have so much potential, and why do you waste your time with them? You're never around me enough. So, no, the first rule between guys is bros before hoes, so I had to DTB.
Oh, so you did DTB?
I've already DTB'd.
You did?
We saved up some money to get married. The money that we had saved up, we split evenly down the middle. I'm on my own, and she's kind of sitting behind waiting for the next sucker to come along.
How did she react when you told her you were going to dump her?
There was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, a lot of boo-hooing. We sat down, we had long, meaningful discussions, which is me laying down a point. It's like, look, I'm sorry, I'm not going to compromise on this. You know, having friends is who I am. You know, hanging out with the guys is what I'm, part of being a guy. So I'm not willing to give that up.
Wow. Look at that. And she, what was her argument in response? Did she ever break down and say, oh, it's okay, you can hang out with the guys, please don't leave it, or anything like that?
She would always, say that, it was never a big deal, but then I would go out, I'd hang out with the guys, I'd come back home, and then there was, fighting and arguing, and, you never spend enough time with me, and when do I get my time? Because, whenever you're not working, you're sleeping, or you're out with the guys, and, I made it a point to spend as much time with this chick as I could, but, also giving, time, to hang out with the bros, and it apparently just wasn't enough. I tried. I made an effort. It wasn't enough for her, so I had to let it go.
Good for you. Well, I'm proud of you, Dwayne, because you did, but a lot of other people this hour will not do, and that is you made a decision to do a dump because you had doubts and you knew you would never overcome those doubts. Good for you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing?
All right, Steve.
It's really funny you should be talking about this because today I just had the biggest argument with my girlfriend. Or fiancé, should I say. Well, basically, in the beginning of our relationship, which was like about a year and a half ago, everything was great. And my problem is purely sexual in nature because everything was great in the beginning. We lived in two different states, so we didn't always see each other, but we would visit each other a couple times a month, and everything would be hot and heavy.
You didn't meet her on the internet, did you?
No. I knew her for 8 years.
Okay. Why do you live in separate states?
Oh, it's just because I was going to school here, and she was going to school in New Jersey. Here being Baltimore, and it's just now our lives are coming together. So she was supposed to move down here to Baltimore.
Okay. So your doubts are what now?
Well, what happened was, all of a sudden, for the past 2 months, she hasn't been very sexually responsive. I haven't seen a change in myself. I've always been a very sexual person, wanting to make love hopefully at least once a day. Every time, I try to bring it up now, she says all I do is think with my penis.
Oh, you want is sex.
Yes, and
which until she got the engagement ring, she had no problem giving you what you need.
Right. And now all of a sudden, I don't understand. I mean, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I thought that it's not the only thing in our relationship, but I thought it was supposed to be a part.
It's a pal. It's not just a part. You're a man. It's one of the most important parts.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a pig or anything, but,
please, you're so pussified just even saying that sentence, please. What are you apologizing for? You're a man.
I know this, but how am I supposed to convince her? Because she doesn't listen to anything I have to say. She just calls me an ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to say that on the
no, and we bleeped it, but a-hole you can say.
Okay, she calls me names and D-head and all this other stuff and saying that I'm in...
D-head, a-hole.
Yes.
It's quite a mailing list there you got.
Yeah, And these are names she calls me, and I've never... And today she said I should have stayed with my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, Steve, where's your manhood? You should tell her to go.
The thing is, I love her, man,
You love someone who treats you like crap.
I know. You're right. But I don't know what to do.
Yes, you do. You don't want to do what you know you have to do. You don't have the balls to do it.
I always have.
Them's fighting words. When somebody says, I should have stayed with my ex-boyfriend, there's only one answer to that, Steve. Go.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Why in the world would you tolerate this? Steve, again, not only are you 23 and too young to be getting married, even next summer, can I tell you something else?
Yeah.
This is the best the sex will ever get. Right now.
Yeah.
After you sign on the dotted line, it only gets worse.
Are you married?
I've been married 4 times.
Oh,
I have
talking about
lots of experience. This is the best it will ever be.
But one quick question. How do I, even bring up the fact that it's not the only thing? I've tried so many times.
How?
No, it's not all I think about. It's just...
She doesn't listen to you. You can't even talk. She engaged in a campaign to get you to give her an engagement ring and commit to a date. And once she got what she wanted, she started treating you like crap.
Yeah.
Why would you even try anymore?
Because it's so hard.
You're getting the opportunity. Here is your opportunity. It's like Ben Affleck when they postponed the wedding. You're getting your opportunity to say, you know what? You've convinced me. Go back to your ex-boyfriend. I'm out. Be a man.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Will you do it, though?
You know what? I'm going to...
Don't tell me you're going to think about it.
No, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to do it tonight, but tomorrow.
What are you waiting for?
Well, because she's going through some tough stuff right now herself.
Tough luck. You know what? She's treated you like crap. And her issues won't be resolved by tomorrow. Your issue is tonight.
You know what? Forget it. I'm going to do it tonight. I mean, I'm so fed up with this stuff. I mean, I only ask for a few things, and it's ridiculous. I do everything for the woman, and
she takes you for granted.
Yes.
I know. Hang on a second. Ben, is this Ben Affleck? Ben, what do you want to say to Steve here?
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Ben.
Hey, all I have to say is meow. Buddy, you need to let your nuts drop. Man up. If you're going to drop her tonight, have Tom call her right now, and you dump her over the phone right now.
That's really the way to go, and I could be here to support you every step of the way.
That's what you need to do right there, buddy.
Really, and we've done that before on the air.
That would be nice to have that support, but this is something I got to do alone.
No,
but you know what? I do appreciate it.
I think Ben's not convinced you're actually going to do it.
No, I really am, and I'm going to call back and tell you how it went.
You're not doing it.
You're going to do it?
Do it now.
I think I'll do it in my own time. In about an hour or so.
You just said the magic word, think.
No. I'm going to do it.
No, you're not. You're already saying I think.
No, don't worry, I will, because you're right. I needed a stranger's perspective, and I got it. That's all I needed.
All right, Ben, thank you. Philip, what do you want to say to Steve here?
Steve, get some balls, dude. Dump the bitch.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
It took me 6 years to get rid of mine, and unfortunately, I got to pay vagina money and child support. Dude, get out while you can.
I'm outie.
Why don't I believe that? I got a feeling the listeners don't believe it either.
Well, I will give you a call back and tell you how it went.
All right, here's what we're going to do, Steve. We're not going to wait for you to call. You hang on. Dean is going to get your number, and we're going to call you back. And if we don't reach you on the air, we're going to make relentless fun of you on national radio. So I recommend that when you give Dean a number, that it's an accurate number, and that we can call you back and actually reach you on the telephone. And once we do, you better have the right answer for us. All I can say. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. You have a wedding date. You know when you're supposed to be getting married, but you, the caller, you have doubts.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Real.
1-800-5800-866.
I want to have a threesome. And he says no. I told him I want to watch him have sex with another woman. He told me no.
Maybe he'd like to watch you have sex with me.
Maybe.
The Tom Leykis Show.
You're listening to Tom Leykis.
On 100.7.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Vanessa. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Vanessa.
How are you?
Do you care?
Of course I do, Tom.
I'm doing great.
Good. I am in somewhat of the same situation as the last caller. Only, what is a girl to do? I am having the same problem he is. I am not getting any but like once a month.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Well, and was it better before?
Oh, yeah, it was better before, but now I'm working late, and I get home late, and I'm tired, and, and my back hurts, and my head, and I got a headache. He's old.
This is what he says to you.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I need help. What am and we're getting married next year. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself.
Have you told him that this is unacceptable?
Of course.
I don't mean did you ask him, honey, can we please have sex twice a month? I mean you told him point blank, this is unacceptable. You won't be married to somebody who doesn't put out. It's not going to happen. Did you tell him that?
Well, I haven't used those words.
Why not?
But, because he keeps saying, once things ease up, it'll get better, and I won't be so tired, and so he keeps telling me, it's going to get better as soon as we get past this week.
Oh, why don't you just tell him that, all right, you're going to put off the wedding until you see that he gets better?
I guess that could work.
I mean, the wedding's not for another almost a year.
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So why don't you just tell him? It's going to be like, we'll put off the wedding until things improve.
You think that'll work? You won't just say, okay.
Oh, no, it might not work. I personally tend to believe that these things are as good as they get right now.
Oh, and that's pretty sad.
It is pretty sad.
And I'll be pretty deprived.
Yes, you will. And you have to stop relying on faith and hope, and you have to deal with what you have. By the way, he had a job when you met him, right?
Yes.
And he worked hard then, too, didn't he?
Yes.
And sometimes he worked late.
Yes.
But he still managed to come home and plug you one, didn't he?
He sure did.
Now, isn't it amazing how now that he's got a commitment from you, now he's too tight?
And him getting a commitment from me was pretty good, because that wasn't an easy thing for me to do.
Well, all right, so he worked hard, and he banged you as often as you needed it, and then once he got the commitment, then the real him came out. That's what I believe.
Now, is this normal for a 30-year-old guy to just have such a low sex drive?
Well, it's not average. It's below average, but there are people like that, and there are people who are not like that.
Oh.
He seems to be one of those people. What's that? We're losing you there, Vanessa. All right. I'm losing you, so all I can tell you is you're going to have to put it straight to him. And if I were you, I'd just postpone the wedding until things improve. And that'll give you a good opportunity to find out if they actually do improve.
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 1-800-800-TOM.
I think you're a misogynist.
A what?
A misogynist.
A misogynist. What is that?
That's a person who doesn't like women.
A misogynist.
M-I-S. Well, I don't want to spell it. Let me tell you what I call it.
Can you spell it?
Yes, I can.
Really? Go ahead.
M-Y-S-G-O-N-I-S-T-I-C.
Misogynist.
Yeah.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. And our NFL picks are brought to you by BetOnSports.com. You can call them at 888-996-BETS. That's 888-996-BETS. Play with the biggest, play with the best. BetOnSports.com. How did we do? Well, I'll tell you how we did. Everybody picked the Raiders over the Cincinnati Bengals. That was a lot closer than people expected. But Sebastian Janikowski kicked a 39-yard field goal with 9 seconds left for the win. It was Raiders 23, Bengals 20. The whole crew got that one. Also, the whole crew bet against the Bears, picked the Vikings over the Bears. The Bears stunk again. Vikings 24, Bears 13. And that was the deal there. But not much to say about that game. Gary, Brett, Eddie, and I all got screwed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who really were embarrassed by the Carolina Panthers in sudden death overtime. Baby. Amazing. That was a 12-9 Carolina Panthers. I got a win with the Buffalo Bills over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 38-17. Gary scored with the New Orleans Saints over the Houston Texans. I was gun-shy about the Texans after they won the first game. Saints 31, Texans 10. Then, of course, Dean picked up 2 of his 4 wins this week with the Dolphins and the Seahawks. Dean, by the way, all 4 games, and he knows even less about football than I do. But Dean scored all 4 this week. The Dolphins won over the Jets 21-10. The Seahawks over the Cardinals 38-0. Brett got burned by the Philadelphia Eagles 31-0. I thought it was 31-10. And Eddie picked the Giants, but it was the Monday night game. He wasn't supposed to pick the Monday night game, but last we looked, the Dallas Cowboys were beating the New York Giants anyway, so it may be a moot point. Where do we stand right now? Gary, Dino, and I are in the lead with 6 wins apiece. Eddie King of BetOnSports.com, 5 wins. Brett with 4 wins. You can call BetOnSports.com yourself. They bring you our NFL picks, 888-996.